the war in Europe was going to be won on the Eastern Front. Again, 80%, I think it's between 80 and 85% of German casualties were on the Eastern Front. So this is where the war is at. This is where it's going to be determined. But to Hitler's thinking, he had a superior form of government. It would produce superior fighting troops. And of course, he needed oil, but that's a whole side thing. But so he really thought he could win. And if you think about it, all of the victories he had up to this point, why not would he think that he could, especially in 6 to 8 weeks, we'll just drive the 1,300 miles to Moscow, knock it down, Stalin will give up, everything will be fine. No, that's just not the way it works. When you're fighting for your own country, you tend to fight a lot harder than if you're trying to take someone else's territory. You could have given Hitler 1,000 more trucks, 10 men per truck. You know, you've got 10,000 men that's getting closer to the front faster without wearing themselves out. That's not enough. Maybe you give them 10,000 trucks. The men get to Moscow faster without being tired, but they're still going to be beaten away by the hordes of, even though they're completely incompetent Soviet armies. And as you know, eventually Stalin brings over his professionals from closer to Japan because he can. But I just don't see how he wins as long as Stalin stays in the war. As long as Stalin's still directing everything, and he does, and everybody is afraid to death of Stalin, and they should be. But as long as he's pushing the men, telling them what to do, they're shooting deserters, they're not going to lose. And in fact, Stalin doesn't even have to win. All he has to do is not lose.